Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. And today we are going to talk about the subject that no one talks about. We are going to have a conversation about the Arias line. Every and each of you knows that the Arias line got nerfed, right? In my opinion, it was not overpowered before. It was toxic by design, which they still are, in my opinion. But the nerfs that went through, in my probably unpopular opinion, they killed this line completely. Now, we will talk about this. We will look into the numbers. We are going to have a casual conversation. So I hope you are ready for this. And get yourself a cup of coffee or vodka, whatever you prefer, and let's have some fun. Now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what exactly did they nerfed for the Arias line and how does it look like. So, what Wargaming has done from the tier 11, or I supposed to say for a tier 11 Arias, they removed 10 damage from the standard shells and 40 damage from the high explosive shells. Cooling delay, they changed it by half second. And the armor, they removed like 13 millimeters of the armor. Plus, on top of that, the Arias tanks does not do critical hits anymore. They just don't. Sure, you can track the tank, but to do the critical hit, good luck with that. You are not going to be doing that. And we can see the pattern all over the place. Every and each tank has the same situation. 10 alpha damage changed. Cooling delay half second. Armor moved by 12 degrees. For a tier 9, the same situation. Armor moved even by 6 degrees. Once again, a half second delay, even 5 alpha damage. Yeah, and the tier 8, even 4 alpha damage and just a little bit turret armor. Now, while looking into the numbers, fellas, we can laugh from those changes. I mean, what that would change? What that would change? You know what? Let's see what the data says, okay? It is not being emotional. It is how expectation values where the bugs goes changed the Arias line. My friends, you are looking into the tier 11 Arias Mark of Excellence graph. I think update was on the March 5th. Look at this. Expectation values changed by casual 800. The tier 10, similar situation, expectation changed by 500 or so. Tier 9 expectation values plummeted by 300, and the tier 8 expectation values plummeted by the 300 or so. Now, for that little change, the expectation values hit the tank very, very hard. Now, my friends, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I had a very unpopular opinion before that Arias were not broken, or they were not OP, they were toxic by design, and you know, they were quite fun to play with, so community played with it. What Wargaming achieved while doing this? And I will really need your help in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me or you disagree with me what I'm going to be saying now? By nerfing the Arias line, this beautiful, magnificent mother trucker, Wargaming decreased the popularity of the tank. I think this is correct. This is fine. I think that they kind of pleased the players who were hating Arias line, but in the same time, I think that the people still hates Arias if Arias is catching them off guard or they are making a mistake. But by nerfing this line, the community perception to the Arias line, they kind of stopped playing with it, or maybe they have less fun, in my opinion. And last but not least, which is very important thing to say, Wargaming nuked the folks who use their resources, their time, whatever. In 1 month, people grinded this line, and after that, this tank got completely slapped and completely destroyed, at least in my opinion, right? So this is the lesson for a future which every and each of you need to understand. Whenever there is a new line coming into the world of tanks, keep this in mind that Wargaming can nerf it whenever they feel like it and whenever they are pleased. So that means 1 month they can release something powerful, and the other month they can nerf it, and all your resources, all your free experience, all your time, you can just simply stick it where sun doesn't shine, right? That's very important thing to say. So all in all, in my opinion, Wargaming has executed this quite badly, because even though the nerfs on the paper doesn't look that critical, in reality, I think Arias tanks as bare minimum are 20% weaker than they were before. You cannot do critical hits, you do less damage, the cooling is taking longer, and in the same time you have less armor. Even though they are looking very, very tiny changes, as a whole, it was a big change, I think, for the line, right? So it makes me kind of sad, to be completely honest with you, as wrong as it sounds. It is kind of sad from the perspective of the player who wasted their resources. It is kind of sad that World of Tanks community is so sensitive to this level, but I understand why. The amount of the areas in the game was pretty insane, because people had a lot of fun by playing with those tanks, and they definitely enjoy themselves. Anyways, and last but not least, what I really want to highlight, where Arias is standing by the power level of the respected tiers. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's have some fun. We are looking into the Mark of Excellence graph of the tier 11 tanks, right? My friends, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh from the bottom, we have Arias 90C. Respectfully, it's not that bad. Come on, it could be worse, right? It could be worse. Let's see how the tier 8 is looking like. We are looking from the bottom, or maybe we should look from the top just to understand how the situation changed. Let's see. First page of marking tanks in the tier 8 medium tanks. No Arias. Second page. No Arias. Third page. No Arias. Actually, I'm lying. Arias is right over there. In the third page, if you will. In the third page, if you will. Those tanks are not accessible for people. We have T-44-100 that is not accessible for people. We have Chieftain, the worst tank in the game, or one of the worst tanks in the game, Patton Kier. We have the beautiful lineup of Indian Panzer, CS-53, Sta-1, TVP VTU, and then we have Arias. I just want to highlight how the performance is looking like of those tanks, so we are going to be on the same page. I hope that makes sense, fellas. The tier 9, Arias is straight up the easiest, or I supposed to say the worst performing tier 9 Tech 3 medium tank, and the tier 10 is the worst performing Tech 3 medium tank. What we learned from all of this, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, what we learned from all of this, I think that Wargaming over there for Arias. I think that content creators, including me, are responsible for this, because one of my suggestions was to obviously nerf Arias, and other suggestion was to limit them by numbers in the game, and I think that would have been completely fine. People who are still annoyed by this line, please let me know or people who were annoyed by the Arias tanks, please let me know in the comment section down below. Are you still annoyed by them because you should be meeting significantly lesser of the numbers? And people who wasted, or I supposed to say, you used your blueprints, you used your experience, you used your everything, please let me know. How do you feel about it, and do you see the difference in Arias? Would you agree with me that Arias is as a bare minimum 20% weaker as it was before? Crazy time, fellas, crazy time. Anyways, that's what I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. I very, very much appreciate you. Have a lovely day, enjoy yourself, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.